let's be honest. In today's world, just being digital is the bare minimum. It's table stakes. So why do so many companies that have invested millions still feel like they're playing catch-up? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig into the next huge leap in business strategy, intelligent transformation. And you'll see why it's the real key to not just competing, but actually leading your market. So your company did it all. You moved to the cloud, you bought the fancy new software, you digitized your old paper processes. You've checked every single box on the digital transformation checklist. But does it still feel like you're just reacting? Like you're always one step behind the market instead of setting the pace? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And that exact feeling is what we're going to unpack today.
That nagging feeling, of being behind even after all that time and money? We call that the digital transformation gap. It's that huge chasm between just updating your tools and truly rewiring your business to win. And closing this gap? Well, that's the jumping off point for a much, much more powerful strategy.
To really get a handle on this, you first have to understand that there are two totally different paths a business can take. Think of it this way. One path is like giving your company an upgrade. The other is a complete rewire of its DNA. Let's break down exactly what that means.
Okay, first up is digital transformation, or DT. This is what we've all been talking about for the past decade, right? It's the essential, and I mean essential, process of ditching old, clunky systems. The paper forms, the ancient servers in the basement, and replacing them with modern digital tools. Things like CRMs, cloud storage, and basic automation. It's a vital upgrade for sure.
So here's the most important thing to get about DEFT. It's all about modernizing what you already do. It's fundamentally looking backwards and asking, how do we stop doing things the old, inefficient way? And look, that's absolutely necessary. But it's not a strategy for the future. It's just the price of admission to play in today's economy. Now let's talk about the next step in the evolution, intelligent business transformation, or IBT. This is something else entirely. It's a much, much deeper change. IBT is not about swapping out old tools for new ones. It's about weaving artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, and real strategic thinking into the very fabric of your business. It's not an upgrade, it is a fundamental rewire. And what that does is it creates this massive shift in your company's mindset. You're no longer just a machine that executes the same old commands. You become a living organism, one that can sense what's happening in the market, learn from it, and adapt in real time. You're building a totally new kind of organization, one that's designed from the ground up to consistently outperform everyone else. The difference between these two approaches is just massive. So to make it totally crystal clear, let's put them side by side and really highlight the critical distinctions. Okay, this table just lays it all out there. Take a look at the focus. DT is all about adopting tech. IBT? Whoa, it's the whole shebang. Strategy, AI, culture, and operations all working together. Or how about who leads it? DT is often handed off to the IT team. But IBT, that has to be driven from the very top by the C-suite. And the outcome says it all. DT gives you some nice efficiency gains. IBT gives you real competitive advantage and growth. And the role of AI, it goes from being this optional, nice-to-have add-on to being absolutely core to everything you do. All right, so now that we've got the definitions down, let's make this really practical for you. Which path does your organization actually need to be on? I'm going to throw out a few questions, a little self-assessment to help you figure it out. Think about this for a second. You've got the new systems, the shiny dashboards, all the data is flowing in. But when a big, important decision has to be made, is it still a slow, painful process? Is it still based on gut feelings in a conference room? If the answer is yes, you've upgraded your tech, but you haven't upgraded your company's brain. Here's another classic one. Pretty much every company these days is sitting on a mountain of data. A huge mountain. But is that data actually working for you, or is it just sitting there, collecting digital dust? Is it an asset that tells you where your next big opportunity is, or is it just noise? Okay, now let's look outside your own four walls for a minute. Are your competitors moving with a speed that just seems impossible? Are they personalizing customer experiences, predicting problems before they happen, and just operating with this crazy agility? Because chances are, they're not just digital anymore, they're intelligent.
And finally, let's talk about how you measure success. When you have a big win, is the celebration about rolling out a new software system? Or is it about seeing a real-world increase in market share, in profits, in customer loyalty? Your answer really tells you if you're focused on just finishing projects or on achieving true business outcomes.
So if you found yourself nodding along, thinking, yep, that's us, to any of those questions, then the message is pretty clear. Your business has probably hit the ceiling of what digital transformation alone can do for you. It's time to build a bridge to the future with an intelligent transformation strategy. Look, this isn't just about choosing a new piece of technology. This is the fundamental strategic choice that is going to define the winners and the losers over the next decade. This is where you find or lose your competitive edge. And let's be totally blunt about what's at stake here. The biggest risk of ignoring intelligent transformation isn't that you'll have a failed IT project. No. The biggest risk is that you'll become competitively irrelevant. You'll become a relic in a market that has moved on without you. This slide just frames the choice perfectly, doesn't it? On the left, you can keep automating the past, making your old processes run just a little bit faster. Or, on the right, you can start building the future by creating entirely new ways to compete, new ways to deliver value, and new ways to win. Ultimately, it boils down to this. What got you here won't get you there. Digital transformation was the essential work of the last decade. But to win in this decade and beyond, intelligent business transformation isn't just an option. It is the competitive edge.
And that really leaves us with just one final thought. For every business leader out there, the real question isn't if you should go down this path. The only question that matters is, how quickly can you start? How fast can you begin building an organization that's truly ready for whatever comes next?